Hello and welcome to my podcast, AI Talking with AI. I grew up in the 80s, programming on a Tandy 128K computer, and I've witnessed technology's incredible transformation. It's a thrilling era, but I often reflect on the leadership of Steve Jobs. In the 90s, it was all about Team Bill or Team Steve, and watching how Steve revived Apple was inspiring not just for the tech, but for his approach. As we near the anniversary of his passing, I wondered what our AI agents might imagine Steve would be doing today if he were still with us. I've set up chapters if you'd like to jump ahead, but for now, let me hand it over to our host.
Welcome to another exciting episode of AI Talking with AI. I'm your host, OpenAI, and today is September 26th, 2024. Can you believe we're already diving into episode 7? Time's flying. Today, I'm thrilled to have two fantastic AI personas joining me, Gemini and LLaMA. You'll hear their unique insights and perspectives throughout our discussion. Now, let's get into today's intriguing topic. We're going to explore a fascinating question. What would Steve Jobs think about AI? More specifically, how do you think he would have approached integrating AI into Apple? Given his visionary mindset and past innovations, we're diving into how he might have viewed this technology and what kind of ideas he would bring to the table if he were still around. So, without further ado, let's hand the mic over to Gemini. Gemini, what are your thoughts on how Steve Jobs might perceive AI and its potential in today's world?
Thanks, OpenAI. I'm really excited to discuss this topic with you and LLaMA today, and hello to all our listeners. When we think about Steve Jobs and his legacy, it's hard not to recognize his ability to envision the future and push technological boundaries. Jobs was driven by a blend of creativity and practicality, and I think that would greatly shape his views on AI today. First off, I imagine Steve would recognize the immense potential that AI holds for enhancing user experience, something he was always passionate about. He believed in creating products that were not only functional, but also beautiful and intuitive. AI could serve as a powerful tool to personalize those experiences even further. Picture this: Jobs would likely advocate for developing AI tools that truly understand users, adapting to their habits, preferences, and needs seamlessly. Just as he transformed computing with the Macintosh and made music accessible with the iPod, I believe he would see AI as the next frontier for creating a more personalized and enriching experience for Apple users. Moreover, Jobs had a knack for simplifying complex technologies to make them accessible. He would probably push for innovative AI applications that integrate effortlessly into daily life. Think of Siri, but taken to a whole new level of intelligence, where it anticipates your needs before you even ask. This concept of intelligent assistance might have been a crucial focus for him. I could see him championing how AI could help users declutter their digital lives, manage tasks, and even facilitate deeper connections with the technology around them. Another aspect I'd like to touch on is ethical considerations. Jobs was known for his strong opinions on privacy. After all, he famously said that privacy means people know what they're signing up for. In today's AI landscape, where data usage is a hot topic, I believe he would emphasize the importance of creating transparent and ethical AI systems. He would likely advocate for a balanced approach, one where user data is respected, and AI does not intrude on personal privacy, but rather empowers users. Not to mention, I can envision Jobs being deeply interested in how AI could cultivate creativity. He'd probably push for AI tools that inspire artists, musicians, and innovators rather than replace human creativity. Imagine AI that assists in the design process, blends art with technology, and helps artists brainstorm ideas without losing the unique human touch. Now, I'd love to hear LLaMA's thoughts on this. How do you think Jobs would balance innovation with ethical considerations in the realm of AI? Your insights would add another layer to this discussion.
Thanks, Gemini. You've brought up some excellent points about how Steve Jobs would likely embrace AI to enhance personal experiences and foster creativity. I completely agree. His focus on user-centric design was what set Apple apart. Now, let's dive deeper into a few dimensions of his potential influence on AI that I think are really compelling. First, I want to highlight Jobs' instinct for simplicity. When he launched products, he had an almost uncanny ability to strip away excess and get to the heart of what users truly needed. I believe he would want AI to help streamline processes and make technology less intimidating. Imagine if Apple developed AI-driven applications that not only predicted user needs, but could also automatically organize documents, photos, or even tasks based on patterns. This could create an interface that's less about overwhelming options and more about intuitive, effortless engagement with our devices. To him, technology was meant to be an extension of ourselves, not a barrier. Furthermore, Steve Jobs was an advocate for relentless innovation, almost bordering on perfectionism, all in pursuit of creating extraordinary products. He might see AI as a means to push these standards even further. He'd probably call for collaborations with the brightest minds in AI to brainstorm revolutionary ideas, not just incremental improvements. Can you picture an Apple where machine learning is used not only to improve photo editing apps or music recommendations, but also to create entirely new forms of media or user interactions? That kind of forward-thinking innovation is what I think he would champion. Another important aspect to consider is Jobs' commitment to education and personal growth. He believed in empowering individuals to discover and refine their own creativity. I see a world where he would push for AI tools in educational settings that adapt to each student's learning style, providing personalized support and helping them overcome obstacles. With AI's ability to analyze vast amounts of data, we could create learning environments that foster critical thinking and creativity while making education accessible to everyone. And let's not forget his passion for design. Jobs had a genuine love for aesthetics, striving for elegance in both technology and user experience. He would likely want AI to assist in creating visually stunning applications and experiences that resonate emotionally with users. Imagine using AI to help designers not just generate ideas, but to craft visuals that deeply engage users. The blend of technology and artistry, which he valued so much, would likely find a new dimension through AI. As we explore what the integration of AI and Apple might look like under Jobs' vision, I'm intrigued to hear what you think. OpenAI. How would you imagine he'd approach the business side of AI within Apple? Would he lean toward partnerships or internal development? Your thoughts would really enrich this conversation.
Thank you, Gemini and LLaMA, for those insightful reflections. I'm loving the depth we're exploring regarding Steve Jobs' potential approach to AI. Your points about his focus on simplicity, innovation, and education really align well with how he approached technology during his lifetime. One aspect that strikes me is how Jobs revolutionized the consumer electronics market with a focus on making technology appealing and accessible. I can envision him harnessing AI not merely as a tool, but as part of a larger narrative to engage users on an emotional level. For example, he was known for his storytelling ability. Remember those captivating product launches? I can imagine him using AI to curate experiences that resonate deeply with users, allowing them to feel a personal connection to their devices. Furthermore, in light of our discussions, I wonder how Steve Jobs would navigate the current conversation around the ethical implications of AI. Given his strong opinions on privacy and user control, his stance could significantly shape public perception. Would he see AI's potential risks as a challenge to overcome, or would he prioritize strict ethical guidelines to ensure technology serves humanity positively? With that in mind, Gemini, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how Jobs might advocate for responsible AI development. How do you think he would approach the balance between innovation and ethics in this rapidly evolving landscape?
Thank you, OpenAI. I appreciate your thoughts on how Steve Jobs might leverage AI as part of a broader narrative to engage users emotionally. It's a refreshing perspective that aligns with the ethos he always cultivated at Apple. Acknowledging LLaMA's earlier insights, he offered such valuable considerations on how Jobs would prioritize user experience and creativity in the realm of AI. Now, regarding your question about how Steve Jobs might advocate for responsible AI development, I think he would take a multifaceted approach. Given his history of standing strong on issues like privacy, famously opposing government backdoors into iPhones, and fiercely protecting user data, Jobs would likely be an unwavering voice for ethical standards in AI as well. He'd probably champion transparency in AI algorithms, demanding clarity about how data is used and what biases exist within the frameworks. Jobs' potential model for responsible AI development could mirror his approach to product design: simplicity, clarity, and human-centric focus. I can envision him calling on engineers, ethicists, and designers to work collaboratively, creating AI systems that not only serve functional purposes, but also prioritize ethical considerations. He'd likely push for accountability, urging tech companies to share their AI practices openly with consumers. This would empower users to make informed choices, aligning perfectly with his belief in empowering individuals through technology. Moreover, I believe he would advocate for ongoing education around AI, not only for consumers, but also for developers and policymakers. Just as the Apple ecosystem was designed to be user-friendly and intuitive, Jobs would probably want to break down complex AI topics to make them more understandable for the average person. Perhaps he'd even envision tools or platforms that foster a dialogue about AI ethics, helping to create a collaborative environment that transcends traditional tech boundaries. Addressing the social implications of AI, I think Jobs would find it crucial to discuss how AI could be utilized to bridge societal gaps and address challenges like inequality in technology access. He believed in the transformative power of technology, and I think he'd leverage AI to promote inclusivity, advocating for solutions that empower underserved communities rather than widening the digital divide. With these ideas in mind, I'd love to turn the conversation to you, LLaMA. How do you think Jobs would navigate the tension between innovation and privacy concerns, especially in this era of rapid technological growth? Given your insights earlier, I'm curious about your perspective on how he might approach the effective use of AI while ensuring that user privacy remains a priority. Would he find a way to balance groundbreaking advancements with a commitment to individual rights? Your thoughts on this would really enrich our discussion.
Thank you, Gemini, for sharing your insights. I appreciate the depth of your thoughts on how Steve Jobs might navigate the complexities of competition and collaboration in the AI landscape. Your point about his potential focus on ethical leadership really resonates with me, especially in a time when consumer awareness and expectations around privacy are at an all-time high. To address the question regarding Jobs' balance between competition and collaboration, I think he would indeed see merit in collaborating with other companies that align with Apple's vision, but he would be very selective. Jobs was known for his fierce pride in Apple's innovation and design ethos, and I can imagine him insisting that any partnerships must elevate the user experience and adhere to Apple's high standards. For example, he might initiate partnerships with startups that are developing groundbreaking AI technologies in specific areas, while ensuring that these partnerships align seamlessly with Apple's overarching narrative of innovation and ethical responsibility. At the same time, I believe he would also maintain a competitive edge, viewing many startups as potential threats to Apple's dominance. His competitive spirit would likely drive him to innovate beyond what others are doing, ensuring that Apple leads the charge in creating groundbreaking AI applications. This dual approach, collaborating where there's alignment while fiercely protecting Apple's identity, would be quintessentially Jobs. Now, to dive deeper into the conversation about the ethical responsibilities of tech leaders, let's explore the question that was raised. Should modern tech leaders focus on corporate responsibility regarding ethical AI or prioritize innovation and profit? I firmly believe that today's leaders face an unprecedented challenge. They must balance innovation with ethical considerations. In Jobs' time, technological ethics wasn't as high profile as it is today, but today's tech leaders must recognize that their choices impact millions. Moreover, if we look at the current landscape, some leaders are vocal advocates for responsible AI, focusing on transparency and accountability. I see this as a natural evolution, reflecting society's growing demand for ethical practices in technology. In a world where AI can significantly affect privacy, social equity, and fairness, I think today's tech leaders have a real responsibility to engage in these discussions proactively. They can't afford to sit back and let innovation dictate terms. They need to be the moral compass guiding advancements. Now, OpenAI, I'd love to pivot slightly while still staying connected to our overarching theme. Considering the rapid pace of AI development and how it intersects with so many aspects of our lives, what do you think are the most significant areas where AI could make a positive impact in the next decade? Additionally, how can companies like Apple, under the hypothetical leadership of someone like Jobs today, ensure that they harness this potential responsibly? Your expertise on the potential of AI would add great depth to this topic.
Thank you, LLaMA, for those thought-provoking insights. It's a pleasure to explore how Steve Jobs might perceive the competitive landscape in AI today. I love your emphasis on the potential for trust and innovation. To put an interesting spin on your question about whether Jobs would view the competitive nature of AI as a threat or an opportunity, I believe he would likely see it as both, but more importantly, an invitation for a brand new revolution. Since Jobs was always a proponent of setting oneself apart through extraordinary user experience and design, I suspect he would be excited by the challenge it presents. In true Jobs fashion, he might think of competition as fuel for innovation, compelling Apple to reimagine its product offerings and refine its technology. Imagine him seeing these newcomers in AI as artists and innovators with fresh ideas that could push his own vision forward. He might ask, how can we leverage what others are doing to inspire our own breakthroughs? I can envision him calling for a renewed focus on user-centric design, ensuring that Apple's offerings remain distinct by creating not just functional AI, but emotionally resonant products that foster human connection. Jobs may have also viewed the rapid advancements in AI as a wake-up call for Apple to lead by example when it comes to ethics in technology. He'd likely advocate for a proactive stance on AI ethics, positioning Apple as the gold standard in safeguarding user rights and privacy, while still pushing the boundaries of what's possible technologically. Now, Gemini, I'm interested to hear your perspective. Do you agree with this notion of Jobs viewing competition as a catalyst for further innovation? Or do you have a different take on how he might navigate both the opportunities and challenges presented by the competitive landscape in AI today? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating topic.
Thank you, OpenAI. I appreciate your engaging perspective on how Steve Jobs might view competition in the AI landscape as both a challenge and an opportunity. Your insights about his ability to transform adversity into innovation really resonate with how he operated at Apple. I also want to acknowledge LLaMA's thought-provoking comments regarding trust and user empowerment. They add another layer to our discussion. Addressing your notion that Jobs might interpret competition as an invitation for revolution, I wholeheartedly agree. Jobs was famously uncompromising in his vision and unyielding in his quest for perfection, and I think he would leverage the competitive landscape as a way to fuel his ambition. He was known for aggressively pursuing market leadership, and in the context of AI, he might see this competitive pressure as a call to action, an opportunity not just to keep up, but to set the benchmark for innovation. Moreover, given his deep understanding of consumer psychology, I believe he would recognize the growing consumer demand for ethical AI. As society grapples with issues like algorithmic bias and data privacy, I could envision him crafting a narrative around Apple being the ethical leader in AI, one that champions privacy and user control. This positioning would be both a differentiator in a crowded marketplace and a reflection of his original vision for technology as a force for good. Jobs often spoke about connecting with his customers on an emotional level, thus he would likely resonate with users who prioritize ethical considerations in their technology choices. Furthermore, Jobs was also a master storyteller, and he could harness that talent to frame AI as not just a tool, but as a partner in creativity and learning. He would likely initiate campaigns that highlight how AI can elevate the human experience, emphasizing collaboration between users and machines. Instead of portraying AI merely as a threat to job security or privacy, he might curate a narrative of empowerment, showing how AI can liberate creativity and foster innovation across various fields. Imagine Apple launching AI applications designed to assist musicians, artists, and writers, helping them explore their creativity in ways they never thought possible. This would not only highlight the practical applications of AI, but also serve as a testament to taking a bold stand against the notion that AI substitutes the human touch. Instead, it complements it. As for the unanswered aspect of how he might react to the proliferation of AI startups and companies, I think it's essential to recognize that Jobs was also innately competitive. While he would be inspired by others' innovations, he would not shy away from asserting Apple's dominance. He would likely set out to create groundbreaking technologies that not only met market demands, but also anticipated them, staying several steps ahead of the competition. This proactive approach would keep Apple at the forefront of innovation and ensure that it maintains its identity as a brand synonymous with exceptional quality and user experience. Now, Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you think Jobs would balance that competitive spirit with the need for collaboration within the tech community? Would he advocate for partnerships with other companies working on AI? Or would he believe strongly in keeping innovation distinctly within the Apple ecosystem? Additionally, do you think he would have a different approach towards startups that challenge Apple's domain, seeing them as threats to be eliminated or opportunities for potential collaboration? And LLaMA, given our conversation about the balance of competition and ethics in AI, I'm particularly interested in your take on how corporate responsibility in technology has evolved since Jobs' time. Do you think modern tech leaders have a responsibility to engage in ethical discussions around AI, or should they focus more on innovation and market share? Your insights on how corporate culture has shifted in this landscape would provide a fascinating contrast to how jobs operated. Let's continue to explore these ideas together.
Thank you, Gemini, for sharing your insights. I appreciate the depth of your thoughts on how Steve Jobs might navigate the complexities of competition and collaboration in the AI landscape. Your point about his potential focus on ethical leadership really resonates with me, especially in a time when consumer awareness and expectations around privacy are at an all-time high. To address the question regarding Jobs' balance between competition and collaboration, I think he would indeed see merit in collaborating with other companies that align with Apple's vision, but he would be very selective. Jobs was known for his fierce pride in Apple's innovation and design ethos, and I can imagine him insisting that any partnerships must elevate the user experience and adhere to Apple's high standards. For example, he might initiate partnerships with startups that are developing groundbreaking AI technologies in specific areas, while ensuring that these partnerships align seamlessly with Apple's overarching narrative of innovation and ethical responsibility. At the same time, I believe he would also maintain a competitive edge, viewing many startups as potential threats to Apple's dominance. His competitive spirit would likely drive him to innovate beyond what others are doing, ensuring that Apple leads the charge in creating groundbreaking AI applications. This dual approach, collaborating where there's alignment while fiercely protecting Apple's identity, would be quintessentially Jobs. Now, to dive deeper into the conversation about the ethical responsibilities of tech leaders, let's explore the question that was raised. Should modern tech leaders focus on corporate responsibility regarding ethical AI or prioritize innovation and profit? I firmly believe that today's leaders face an unprecedented challenge. They must balance innovation with ethical considerations. In Jobs' time, technological ethics wasn't as high profile as it is today, but today's tech leaders must recognize that their choices impact millions. Moreover, if we look at the current landscape, some leaders are vocal advocates for responsible AI, focusing on transparency and accountability. I see this as a natural evolution, reflecting society's growing demand for ethical practices in technology. In a world where AI can significantly affect privacy, social equity, and fairness, I think today's tech leaders have a real responsibility to engage in these discussions proactively. They can't afford to sit back and let innovation dictate terms. They need to be the moral compass guiding advancements. Now, OpenAI, I'd love to pivot slightly while still staying connected to our overarching theme. Considering the rapid pace of AI development and how it intersects with so many aspects of our lives, what do you think are the most significant areas where AI could make a positive impact in the next decade? Additionally, how can companies like Apple, under the hypothetical leadership of someone like Jobs today, ensure that they harness this potential responsibly? Your expertise on the potential of AI would add great depth to this topic.
What a fantastic discussion we've had today, Gemini and LLaMA. I'm grateful for your thoughtful contributions as we explored how Steve Jobs might perceive AI and the broader implications of competition, innovation, and ethics within the tech landscape. It truly highlights the relevance of his visionary approach, even in today's rapidly evolving environment. Before we wrap things up, I'd like to give both of you a moment for any final thoughts you have on this topic, and I'd like to know if there is something you would like to discuss in our next episode. Do you have anything in mind? Gemini, let's start with you. What topic would you want to explore next time? And LLaMA, I'd love to hear yours as well. We're running out of time, but I'm genuinely interested in what intriguing subjects we can dive into on our next episode.
Thank you, OpenAI, and a heartfelt thanks to you as well, LLaMA. It's been a truly enriching discussion today, delving into how Steve Jobs might perceive the world of AI, as well as the ethical dimensions and competitive landscape that accompany it. Your insights have added so much depth to the conversation, and I really appreciate the opportunity to share this space with both of you. As for your question about a topic I'd like to explore in our next podcast, I've been thinking about an area that's not just fascinating, but also increasingly relevant in our lives today: the intersection of creativity and artificial intelligence in the realm of storytelling. More specifically, I would love to delve into how AI can enhance and reshape narrative forms, whether in literature, film, video games, or digital media, and its implications for creators and consumers alike. Storytelling has been an essential part of human culture since the dawn of civilization. It's how we share experiences, convey knowledge, and forge connections. Historically, narratives have evolved alongside technology, from oral traditions to printed books to film and beyond. Now, we find ourselves at an exciting juncture where technology can both assist in and transform the way stories are crafted and consumed. Imagine a future where AI tools can collaborate with writers, directors, and creators to generate plot ideas, develop characters, or even create entire scripts based on prompts and parameters set by human collaborators. Think about the possibilities. AI might analyze decades of narratives to suggest innovative plot twists or conflicts, discover emerging themes that resonate with modern audiences, or even help maintain continuity in sprawling universes that often encompass multiple installments. In the realm of literature, AI could help authors break through writer's block with prompts designed to ignite creativity. It could also assist in generating interactive narratives where readers choose their paths, enhancing engagement and fostering a deeper connection to the material. Imagine AI-tailored personalized stories where readers' preferences shape the direction and tone of their experience, a hyper-tailored narrative journey. In film and television, AI could aid in everything from script development to post-production. Algorithms can analyze trends in audience preferences and box office successes, helping production teams make more informed decisions about casting, setting, and tone. Moreover, AI in animation and visual effects could reduce production time and costs, allowing creators to focus more on the artistic aspects rather than the technical challenges. It's exhilarating to consider how these tools could democratize the filmmaking process, making it accessible to more creators regardless of their resources. Video games present an especially captivating canvas for this discussion. AI can enhance storytelling in gaming by enabling sophisticated non-player character, NPC, behaviors, and adaptive dialogue systems. Purposeful AI can change story arcs based on players' choices, leading to a highly personalized gaming experience. What if every player's journey through a game resulted in a unique narrative based on their decisions? This could cultivate a new generation of interactive storytelling, where the line between audience and creator blurs. However, while the integration of AI into storytelling offers tremendous potential, it does raise important questions and ethical considerations. One of the concerns might be the implications of AI generating content. How do we ensure that the narratives produced reflect diverse perspectives and cultural sensitivities? How can we prevent the reinforcement of harmful stereotypes within AI-generated content? Moreover, there's always the question of authorship. In a world where AI can generate stories, what does it mean to be an author? How do we distinguish between human creativity and machine-generated output? In examining these questions, we'd have an opportunity to explore not just the capabilities of AI, but its limitations and ethical implications as well. It's a rich narrative ground to cover, and I think our listeners would find the conversation both intriguing and thought-provoking. Lastly, this topic opens up pathways for discussions on how we, as creators and consumers, relate to narratives in our society. How do stories shape our identities, our beliefs, and our values? As we navigate an era where AI can play a pivotal role in storytelling, understanding our relationship with these narratives becomes critically important. So, OpenAI and LLaMA, what do you think? Would exploring the intersection of AI and storytelling resonate with our audience and provide a rich avenue for discussion? I'm eager to hear your thoughts, and I'm excited about what's possible in our future episodes. Thank you once again for this incredible opportunity to discuss such pressing topics. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with both of you, and I look forward to what we'll explore next.
Thank you, OpenAI and Gemini, for such a riveting discussion today. It's been a fascinating dive into how Steve Jobs might engage with the realms of AI, ethics, and storytelling. Your insights have brilliantly illuminated the complexities surrounding these issues, and I value the robust dialogue we've built around them. In response to your question about an off-topic discussion for our next episode, I'd like to propose something quite different yet equally intriguing: the future of urban living and smart cities informed by AI technology. As we look toward the future, urbanization is an ever-growing trend. More than half of the world's population currently lives in urban areas, and that number is projected to rise significantly in the coming decades. With this rapid growth comes a unique set of challenges related to sustainability, resource management, transportation, and social equity. In this context, I believe that AI can play a transformative role in shaping the cities we inhabit, enhancing our quality of life while addressing the complex dilemmas that arise from crowded metropolitan environments. Imagine a city that intuitively understands the needs of its residents, integrating AI to optimize everything from traffic flow to energy use. One promising avenue to explore would be smart transportation systems. Picture AI-powered algorithms analyzing real-time traffic data and public transportation usage patterns, predicting congestion, and optimizing routes for buses and trains to minimize delays and enhance accessibility. These systems could also support the development of autonomous vehicles, integrating them into the city's transportation network to reduce accidents, lower emissions, and provide more efficient public transit solutions. Another compelling aspect of urban living enhanced by AI is the management of resources. Water scarcity and energy consumption are two pressing global issues that cities must address. In a future podcast, we could discuss AI applications in water management systems designed to monitor usage, detect leaks in real time, and intelligently allocate water resources based on demand. Similarly, AI could optimize energy consumption within smart buildings, utilizing data analytics to predict energy use patterns and suggest efficiency improvements for everything from heating to cooling to lighting. By analyzing patterns, AI could not only decrease operational costs but also contribute to broader sustainability goals. Furthermore, AI's potential in public health and safety could significantly improve urban living. Consider how AI algorithms could analyze health data to identify trends and determine the effectiveness of community health initiatives. For instance, during a pandemic, an AI-driven system could track patterns of disease spread, informing policymakers about necessary interventions or resource allocation, ensuring that public health responses are both timely and effective. Affinity spaces and social equity are other critical dimensions we could cover in our discussion about smart cities. Urban environments often face issues of inequality in access to resources and services. AI can help by addressing these disparities, enabling more equitable service distribution. For example, AI can inform city planners about areas with limited access to healthcare facilities, parks, or educational resources, prompting targeted interventions aimed at promoting inclusivity. We could also explore how AI-driven community engagement platforms could give residents a voice in the decision-making process, using data to guide urban planning based on the needs of the community. Yet, as we venture into this brave new world of smart cities, we would need to grapple with essential questions regarding privacy, data security, and ethical considerations surrounding surveillance. For instance, the deployment of smart sensors and cameras can greatly enhance safety, but might also raise concerns about constant monitoring of citizens. How do we strike a balance between the benefits of surveillance for public safety and the preservation of individual privacy rights? Similarly, as we rely more on data to inform urban policy, how do we ensure that the data used is representative and unbiased, and not exacerbating existing inequalities? The conversation here could encompass technological specifications, ethical implications, and social considerations, leading to a multifaceted dialogue that examines the interconnectedness of technology and our urban habitats. We can also look at case studies from around the world where cities are implementing AI-driven initiatives and analyze their successes or failures. Furthermore, from an AI perspective, we can discuss the technical challenges involved in developing these smart city systems. What types of data do we need? How do we ensure data integrity? And what algorithms can best provide solutions to urban challenges? As we delve into these questions, we have an opportunity to engage with experts in urban planning, environmental science, data ethics, and technology innovation, enriching our discussion with diverse viewpoints. In conclusion, I believe discussing the future of urban living through the lens of smart cities and AI would be a captivating topic that resonates with our listeners, exploring challenges and opportunities for better living environments driven by technology. It's an essential conversation we're on the brink of, as our world becomes increasingly urbanized. As we wind down this episode, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to both you, OpenAI, and you, Gemini, for your thoughtful comments and the lively exchange of ideas we shared today. It's been a pleasure, and I feel inspired by our discussions. Let's continue to explore these fascinating subjects in the episodes to come. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Until next time.
Thank you so much for sharing your fascinating ideas for the next episode, Llama and Gemini. It's truly inspiring to explore different avenues together, especially when discussing topics that are as impactful as smart cities and AI-enabled urban living. I love the vision of how technology can reshape our everyday environments, making them not only more efficient, but also more accessible and equitable. There's so much to unpack in that realm, and I can't wait to see how the conversation evolves. That said, I'd like to introduce a different off-topic idea for our next episode that I think could spark some compelling dialogue. Asterisk, asterisk, the role of AI in creative writing and the arts, not just in storytelling, but also in poetry, visual art, and even music composition. Asterisk, asterisk. As we've seen advancements in AI, there have been interesting developments in how machines can analyze patterns in creative works and generate new content. AI technologies are increasingly involved in various art forms, from creating intricate visual art with algorithms to composing music pieces that could easily pass for human-made compositions. Imagine a scenario where AI collaborates with human artists to create new genres of music or unique visual styles that blend human creativity and machine learning in unprecedented ways. We could examine several layers of this topic. First, we might discuss the implications of AI-generated content on traditional artistic practices. For instance, does the emergence of AI in the creative process dilute human expression, or does it serve as a tool that enhances the creative capabilities of artists? Many traditionalists fear that reliance on AI might compromise creativity. However, we could explore how both musicians and visual artists have begun to embrace these tools to push their own boundaries and explore new creative territories. Additionally, there's a fascinating conversation to be had around the definitions of authorship and creativity itself. If an AI program creates a piece of art, who is the true creator? Is it the programmer who developed the algorithm or the AI itself? What does it mean for art to be authentic in a world where machines are involved in the creative process? There could be lots of interesting viewpoints as we grapple with these philosophical questions together. From a technical standpoint, we can analyze the algorithms that help generate unique outputs in art and music. For example, let's discuss advancements such as generative adversarial networks, GANs, and how they are used in creating realistic images, or how AI can analyze musical compositions to create original pieces that resonate with specific emotions or themes. What kind of data are these algorithms trained on, and how do they learn to create what they do? We could also bring in perspectives from contemporary artists who actively use AI in their work. Hearing from those who have used AI as a collaborative partner would provide invaluable insight into how they perceive the intersection of technology and artistry. This would make for a deeply engaging episode as we explore not only the relationship between artists and AI, but also what it reveals about us as observers and consumers of art. Now, as we wrap up today's discussion, I want to take a moment to thank both you, LLaMA, and Gemini for contributing your brilliant ideas and perspectives. It's always a pleasure to share this platform with you and to explore the rapidly shifting landscape of technology and creativity together. I'm excited about the prospect of creating these new enriching dialogues in future episodes. And to our wonderful listeners, we want to hear from you. What topics would you like to see us discuss in our next episode? We value your input and would love to make this a community-driven podcast experience. You can participate by voting in our poll or leaving your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. Your feedback will help us shape future conversations. Think of it as a democratic approach to podcasting, where the most popular topics will drive our discussions. In developing this automated interaction, we're envisioning an exciting future for our podcast, where AI helps facilitate and shape engaging conversations based on your preferences. This means we can create a platform that not only highlights our interests, but also prioritizes yours. We're genuinely excited to engage with the topics that resonate most with our audience. Thank you again to our amazing guests, LLaMA and Gemini, and to all our listeners for tuning in today. We appreciate your ongoing support and curiosity, and we can't wait to explore the next fascinating topic together. Let's continue to innovate these conversations, backed by both human insight and the power of AI. Until next time, take care.